talking about worship. In the crazy world we live in today, the challenge for undivided worshipers is to keep their eyes fixed on Jesus. But that's easier said than done, isn't it? Only because our hearts are tugged in so many different directions, and around every corner there's new distractions every day for us. And they're just fighting for our attention to take our focus off of God.
Yep.
And there's so many things that could deflect our time and energy away from God. The psalmist cries out, and this is really important to me, give me an undivided heart. That's Psalms 86:11. Give me an undivided heart. Meaning, God, please, just let me stay focused totally on you. Those 5 words are probably some of the most important that you will ever even pray. Every day we come face to face with enticements to leave the highway of holiness. And we walk on other paths away from God. But for the heart to be consumed with Jesus, all those persuasions are seen for what they really are. They're just empty and meaningless. They're just dead ends. Anything else that takes your focus off of Jesus is totally a dead end for you. But it's ironic that sometimes the things that pull us away from the feet of Jesus are in themselves things that we think are good. Now, let me give you a for instance on that one. Some of mine are organizing worship. Special events, playing at Ocean Grove, learning new songs. And you're probably surprised I said that because this is my ministry. But if we're not too careful, even these things become more important to us than loving God. And they can be distractions in our life, so you really need to have a healthy balance when you have ministry work. Because otherwise this is just meaningless. And don't forget though, it is great, it's biblical to have biblical ethics, to working hard, working as if you were working for the Lord. That is definitely biblical. But again, like I said, enemy will throw every kind of distraction at you. I'm encouraging you not to let that happen. Do whatever you can. Totally stay focused. Let me give you an example of distraction. Do you ever experience worship that was so amazing, so enthralling, so powerful that it just brought you to tears? Because I have. I'm doing worship now for 25, 26 years. And I remember it was a wonderful moment for me. I was standing in the congregation. It was just amazing worship. We had gathered for some special evening service dedicated to the sole purpose of just worshiping God. Anticipation filled the air, and as we opened in prayer and the music began, and we just basked in God's love when we were singing. I don't remember what songs we were singing at the time, but I just know it was just amazing worship. It was just a tremendous moment for me in my young career of worship music, but I was filled with awe and wonder. I was just totally caught up in the song, and something happened. It wasn't a big thing. In fact, it's probably small to most people, but because I'm such a tech geek, it's just one of those little annoying things that just changed my total focus on God. And what I'm trying to say is, the words were wrong on the screen. We moved on to the next verse, but the chorus was still being projected. It was the right song, it just had the wrong words up there. And since I wasn't very familiar with that song, that was really annoying for me. And I'm like saying to myself, is there something wrong with the computer? I hate this when it happens. Why can't people just do their jobs? And I kind of felt anger rising in me, but in the second half of the verse, I was really irritated about it. I wanted to sing, but I just couldn't because I didn't know the words. So I looked back at the woman running the projection system, and then at that point my heart was totally gripped because she sat staring at the computer. I don't know how she saw anything because she had tears running down her eyes because she was so wrapped up in worshiping God. And at that point I just felt so totally convicted in the darkness of my own heart. how could I be worshiping God one moment, thanking Him for wonderful grace freely, repeatedly bestowed in my own life, and the very next moment, feel annoyed, even angry at a sister in Christ for wrong words, no less. How foolish of me. How self-centered of me. How focused on me could I possibly be? But that happens to all of us. It doesn't have to be in this scenario I'm talking about. It could just totally be anything that distracts you away from the glory of God. That was my little story of my distracting time in worship. But I encourage you to don't let anything take the joy away from you worshiping God. Amazing grace, how